I can still hear the microphone feedback. That sharp screech cut through the wedding hall right before the insult did. That's not a father. That's trash. 500 guests, crystal chandeliers, cameras recording every second, and my fiancé's mother pointing at my father like he wasn't a human being. My fiancé laughed loud enough for the hall to hear, loud enough for me to feel something crack inside me. My father didn't move. He just stood there, simple clothes, quiet eyes, hands folded behind his back. Booty felt his silence, heavy, resigned, like he'd been insulted his whole life and learned to swallow it. That's when I stood up. Not for the wedding, not for the vows, but for him. I loved my fiancée, Naima, more than I ever admitted. 3 years together, 1,000 promises. She said she loved my kind heart. She said she loved that I valid family. What she didn't say was that she despised where I came from. My father was a mechanic, grease on his hands, old boots. He raised me alone after my mother passed. Every dream I cased, he built quietly behind me, never complaining, never asking for recognition. I thought Naima understood that. I thought her family did too. I was wrong. The signs were there. Her sister's snide comments, her father's forced smile when he visited our house. Naima's request. Maybe your dad shouldn't speak too much at the wedding. He's awkward. I ignored it. Love makes you blind. Disrespect makes you see. But the moment her mother insulted him publicly, that was the first betrayal. The second came when Naima whispered to her cousin, thinking I couldn't hear. Thank God his dad won't be part of our life once we move. Something cold entered me. Not anger, clarity. I didn't cause a scene. Not yet. I walked to my father backstage. He was sitting alone, staring at the floor. Dad, I said quietly, I'm calling off the wedding. He looked up slowly. No shock, no panic, just a soft exhale, like he'd been waiting decades for me to stand up for myself. Then he said the sentence that shattered everything I thought I knew. Son, I'm a billionaire. I blinked. He continued calmly. I sold my tech company 7 years ago. I stayed quiet so I'd grow, without becoming a spoiled fool. But today you earned the truth. The floor beneath me shifted. Not because of the money, but because my father had carried that secret alone while being insulted by people who worshipped wealth. Do what you need to do, he said. I'll support you. And that was all the permission I needed. My revenge wasn't emotional. It was methodical. I contacted my lawyer, had a wedding contracts canceled, had the hall payments reverted, and had one more thing prepared. A disclosure file containing every recorded insult from Naima's family over the past 6 months. My father had captured it all on a tiny recorder he kept in his shirt pocket. He always knew. He always stayed silent for me. But now silence was no longer mercy. I walked back into the hall. Everyone stood, expecting the groom's speech. I grabbed the microphone. My father was insulted today, I began. Not for anything he did, but for who you think is. Gasps shuffling. Naima's mother whispering urgently. I played the recordings on the giant speakers. Every whisper, every mockery, every moment they sneered at his clothes, his job, his existence. Faces turned pale. Some guests covered their mouths. Then I said it. I'm calling off this wedding. And for the record, my father is worth more than every person in this hall combined. And Naima's father staggered. Her mother grabbed her chair like she might faint. Naima looked at me with trembling lips. You never asked. I replied. I left the stage. My father stood slowly. 500 people watched him like they were seeing him for the first time. He walked toward me, his old boots echoing louder than applause ever could. Then he placed his hand on my shoulder and said loud enough for everyone, a man's worth is measured by character, not by money. Remember at. The hall went silent. We walked out together. Behind us, Naima's family argued with the wedding planners, the guests whispering, phones recording, the humiliation irreversible. Let them live with it. Let them choke on it. That night, my father and I sat on the rooftop of our old house. No suits, no cameras, just us. You knew they'd respect us, I said. He nodded. I wanted you to see it yourself. A man who chooses blindness doesn't deserve truth until he's ready. I looked at him, really looked at him. This man who built empires and still walked like a mechanic. This man I almost lost to Simeon Elsa's greed. Dad, thank you. Hesmoled faintly. You stood up today. That's worth more to me than anything I own. And as the night wind moved around us, I felt something settle inside me. Not regret, not bitterness, just clarity. They lost a wedding. I gained myself, and I will never apologize for.